Hey guys, it's CryptoXT here with another video, and today, for the first time, I'm going to show you how to farm 11 different airdrops using my ultimate strategy for farming 5-digit airdrops. Okay, and before I dive right into the farming strategy itself, I just want to talk about all of these projects in general and my understanding for them. Okay, so Hyperlane is a pretty interesting project. Alright, as we all know, Celestia TIA is one of the most hyped tokens today, and people love to stake on this modular blockchain. So Hyperlane is an enabler that allows Celestia tokens and all the other modular blockchain tokens to be basically bridged across different chains, and this includes the Dimension token or the Dime token as well. So I do see Hyperlane as one of the top used bridges in the Cosmos ecosystem in 2024. So I think Hyperlane will do an airdrop, and I do think it will be in the S tier because we know this modular blockchain hype isn't going to go away. Okay, and then for Jumper, alright, Jumper is pretty interesting. Okay, so Jumper is another bridge. But what's interesting about Jumper is that if you go to the Twitter account on Jumper, you will see that whoever who is running the Twitter page, or they will call the Jumper's intern who is running the Twitter page, I think they are pretty good at memes, alright, and you can see their engagements are pretty crazy. A lot of their tweets have over 1,000 likes. So I do believe Jumper, with so much hype around this project, they will definitely be one of the top bridges out there. Okay, and in fact, they also have a loyalty program, which I will show you in a moment. Okay, and then for Polyhedera, alright, Polyhedera also again another pretty hype project, but I think Polyhedera is a bit diluted because they do have a ton of NFTs and they do have a lot of partnerships all around, and they even airdrop a ton of tokens to people who participated in the OKX. I think there is a campaign that is going on, as well as the Binance wallet Web3 campaign as well. Okay, same for Bungee and Debridge. These two bridges are also pretty hype and pretty popular. I think they have over 100,000 followers on Twitter as well. So definitely I do see all of these projects doing airdrops. Okay, we know airdrop season is here. Definitely if you use their bridges, you do qualify yourself for airdrops if they do launch their own tokens. Alright, and then we have RetroBridge. So RetroBridge is a new bridge. Alright, and I'll show you guys in a moment. I think RetroBridge would be one of the up and coming bridges, and I love the UI, I love the page. The design of the page is fantastic. Alright, I'll show you in a moment as well. Okay, and then for ZBAC, so ZBAC is like I think it's a payment services based project. Alright, I think they recently just introduced their Web3 credit card or something like that, a crypto based card. Pretty interesting project. Alright, I'm not sure how much airdrops you'll be getting, but it seems like they did make an announcement on if you hold ZBAC tokens on the Solana blockchain, then you would be eligible for some of the meme token airdrops as well as the NFT airdrops. So definitely hold some ZBAC on the Solana blockchain, and later I'll show you as well how to bridge your ZBAC tokens to Solana blockchain while farming Hyperlane at the same time. Okay, and then we have Layerzero. So I'm sure you guys know what Layerzero is. Alright, Layerzero uses Stargate. I mean, Stargate is one of Layerzero's project. So we'll be using Stargate in some of the bridges here. Okay, and then for ZKSync, bridging volume in and out of ZKSync and Scroll Network and Linear Network, all of these are key criteria to these layer 2 blockchains airdrops. Alright, so definitely we'll be bridging in and out of these blockchains as well. So altogether, these are the 11 projects that you'll be farming together with me today. Okay, so let's dive right into the project. Okay, so the first one we'll be doing is the RetroBridge. Alright, so over here, okay, I'm going to bridge my USDC over to ZKSync because I want to get this NFT, this RetroBridge Sunrise NFT, which is pretty cool looking. And it says here that getting this NFT helps you to reduce cost by 30% if you use this bridge. Okay, so basically you save some money for using the bridge. But what's more important is I do suspect that this NFT, or you can call it the OG NFT, will be a key criteria for airdrops should this project wish to launch their tokens in the future. And I do see a lot of people using this bridge because I love their UI. Okay, their colors they use, the fonts they use are amazing. Okay, so I'm going to get myself the NFT today. I'm going to show you how. Alright, so these are the tasks that you have to complete. Okay, subscribe to RetroBridge on Twitter, complete ETH bridge, complete stablecoin bridge. So I'll be doing the stablecoin bridge right now first. So this is the bridge, okay, and let me send 5 USDC over to the ZKSync era. So you can see, alright, you will receive 2.3 USDC because there is a bridge fee involved. Okay, so the bridge fee is about $2.68 as shown here. Alright, so I'm just going to create transfer. You just have to connect your wallet, alright, and over here, because I only have USDC on Polygon right now, so I'm just going to use the Polygon change to bridge to ZKSync. Alright, it doesn't matter, you know, which network you use, so long as it's a EVM compatible blockchain and you are bridging stablecoin. Okay, so I'm going to create transfer over here. Alright, I'm going to send transfer. Okay, and then let's see. Okay, you just have to approve all the transactions in your MetaMask wallet. Alright, I think it should be pretty fast since it's on the Polygon blockchain, and both Polygon and ZKSync are pretty fast networks. Okay, it says here, you know, estimated time 1 minute. Alright, so let's do the other bridge while we are waiting for this bridge to go through. Okay, I already confirmed the transaction. So over here, okay, I have to switch to the ZKSync era to process my transaction and to send over to Linea. Okay, so I'm going to bridge over 0.15, maybe about 158 Ethereum. Okay, about $447 worth of Ethereum to the Linea blockchain. So ZKSync to Linea. Alright, and you can see the fee here is $2.54. Okay. So remember that we need to complete this task as well, complete Ethereum bridge, and if you click on the plus, you will see that perform one bridging transaction of Ethereum between any EVM compatible networks. Okay, so over here we are going to do that. Alright, ZKSync send to Linea first. Okay, so we are going to send 0.158 Ethereum, and then we're just going to click on create transfer. Okay, then you have to switch network to ZKSync. Alright, I'm going to switch the network now, and I'm going to click on send transfer. Okay, then you just have to sign the transaction in your wallet. Right, so good thing about ZKSync is their gas fees are pretty low. I think even in the peak hours, you're probably only paying about 20 cents in gas fees. In off-peak hours, you're probably paying about 7 to 10 cents only. So it's pretty affordable to transact on the ZKSync network. Okay, so yeah. So detecting a transfer, estimated time less than 1 minute. So let's refresh this task stablecoin bridge to see if we have completed the task. Okay. Let me refresh this page. Okay, maybe we'll come back to this task later. So they say here, okay, repost sunrise journey, repost on Twitter X. Alright, so let's just repost this tweet. Okay, done. Alright, okay, this task is verified. So these two tasks might take a while. Okay, so we are done with the first task. Alright, I wrote everything down, the steps that you have to do. And of course, there are 3 criteria that you have to take note. Okay, I think volume is very important as well. So I mean, if you're going to do all of these transactions, it would be best if you have at least $500 to $1,000 worth of Ethereum. Alright, of course, if you have lesser, it's also okay to do. Alright, but you have to understand that the fees of doing all these transactions will easily cost about $20 per session. Okay, and you probably have to do this like 2 or 3 times a week to show that you're an active user of all of these bridges and all of these networks. Okay, this is for you to kind of gain a better allocation and to position yourself better for the airdrops. Okay, and then of course the number of chains across these bridges is important as well. Alright, so oh yeah, before I forget to mention as well, okay, you do need Ethereum to pay for gas fees on these following chains, which is Arbitrum, Base, ZKSync, and Linea. Okay, you do need at least about 0.05 to 0.005 to 0.01 Ethereum to pay for gas fees on this blockchain, and you also need BNB tokens on Binance Smart Chain. I would say about 0.03 should be enough, okay? Because Binance is also fairly cheap to transact as well. So what we just did is over here, alright, use the RetroBridge, alright, and claim our NFT. Okay, let's refresh to see if it's done. Alright, you can see all of this task is done. Okay, and they say get NFT reward. Let me refresh the page to see if I can get the NFT reward. Okay, you see I can mint the NFT now. So I'm going to click on mint NFT. Okay, okay, this is on the Ethereum mainnet. Is it on the Ethereum mainnet? Let's try. Okay, if it's on the Ethereum mainnet, then it's going to be a little bit costly to mint. Alright, right now it cost me about $5 to mint. I will still mint this NFT as well because I think $5 is pretty affordable. Alright, but of course you can check out the gas fees. Alright, you can always mint this batch when the gas fees are lower on the Ethereum blockchain so you can save on some funds. Alright, and then once you have claimed this, you can also claim rows. Okay, you can see you have successfully completed Sunrise Journey. You'll get minus 30% bridging between EVM networks. Okay, so alright, so once we are done with this, let's close this. Okay, so over here you can see this is the guild roles. So for RetroBridge, right, if you join their Discord, if you complete their, you can see on the Galaxy they have a campaign as well going on. You can join their Discord over here and have a verified role. And then there are currently 2 projects going on for RetroBridge. Alright, the Genesis OAT and the Adopter. So definitely go ahead and mint this OAT badge as well. Okay, once you have done that, okay, once you have done all of this, alright, and you have joined the Discord, you can actually, go to this guild.xyz RetroBridge place to actually verify your roles. Okay, I think these roles will be important to qualify you for airdrops as well. Okay, so just, I think this role will take a while to verify. Okay, but again, all these links I will leave in the description below so you don't have to worry. Alright, all of the links, step by step, everything down in the description box. Okay, so now we will go on to step 2, which is to use Debridge to bridge ETH from Linea to Optimism. Okay, so over here we have, we just bridged our ZKSync ETH to Linea. Now we are going to bridge our ETH on Linea blockchain to Optimism. And why Optimism is because DSwap is having a fees rebate. Alright, you can see DLN fees will be rebated in OP tokens to your Optimism wallet within 2 weeks. Alright, so with this rebate, I believe it's about 95% if I'm not wrong. So you're basically not spending, you're spending almost nothing on the fees to use this bridge. Okay, so we want to maximize this as much as you can. So I'm going to send 0.16, about 158, okay, Ethereum over to the Optimism blockchain. So you can see, alright, over here the cost is about $2, but there is a rebate here as well, okay, which I will receive at the end of the month. Alright, so I'm going to send Linea ETH over to Optimism ETH. Alright, let's create trade. But before that, let me change to Linea blockchain. Okay, and then we are going to create trade. Alright, then just simply confirm the transaction in your wallet. Okay, so again, alright, I think the good thing about Linea is the Linea blockchain fees is also fairly low, 20, 30, 40 cents, very affordable to use as well. Alright, so you can see order fulfilled. Okay, transaction is confirmed. So we just have to wait. Alright, so again, Linea and Optimism are both pretty fast networks to transact in as well. Alright, so now we are on to the second step. Okay, so we just have to wait for the end of the month to kind of claim the rebates, I believe, which I believe is automatic. Alright, they will say related in OP tokens to your Optimism wallet within 2 weeks. So you just check back within 2 weeks and you will find the Optimism tokens in your wallet. Okay, so it's kind of convenient, you don't have to claim or anything. Alright, so let's go to the Jumper. Alright, Jumper exchange. Okay, so for Jumper, okay, Jumper, now we are going to bridge Ethereum from Optimism to Base through Stargate. Okay, so Optimism to Base through Stargate. Alright, so you can see, alright, my Optimism ETH is already here. Let me change to Optimism. Alright. Okay, so over here you can just select, alright, if Optimism ETH to Base ETH. Okay, so you're just swapping ETH, and then over here 0.158. Okay, so I'm going to send 0.158 Ethereum, and then you can select Stargate. Either Stargate or Across is fine. I do believe Across might have an airdrop in the future, but I believe Stargate allows you to farm Layerzero, which I believe is a S tier airdrop. Okay, so definitely we're going to try to perform as many transactions as we can through Stargate, and we want to do as much volume as we can so that we can qualify for the Layerzero airdrop. Alright, so we just click on Review Bridge, okay, and then start bridging. Alright, the gas fees are almost negligible, and the fees are also quite little. Alright, just start bridging through LeFi. Okay, click on Continue, and then just pay the gas fees. Okay, it's only 1 cent to transact on Optimism, so it's fairly cheap to do that. Alright, so one thing to know about Jumper is also, if you look over here, right, I say sign up for an account and track your LeFi loyalty pass. So for you to qualify for the airdrops, there's one key criteria for Jumper. which is you do need to get a pass. Alright, you do need to come to this website, create an account, and you can track your points over here. So I don't have a lot of points because I wasn't active in January. Alright, but now I'm starting to be active in February. And of course, the more points you get, the higher your loyalty pass will be. And I think this will be a very important criteria for airdrop. Alright, and they say season 2 of Li-Fi loyalty pass is coming soon. Okay, so being an active user every month is a very important criteria for the Li-Fi, for the Jumper airdrop. And Jumper and Li-Fi are basically the same project. Okay, they just function under a different branding. Okay, so this is very important. Alright, so let's close this as well. Okay, we are done with this as well, and then we just wait for this destination chain to receive on the base main net. Okay, so for the next step, okay, we're going to bridge base to Arbitrum. Alright, there is one more important thing, which is a socket scan. Okay, which I'll show you in a moment why this is very important. Give me a moment. Alright, okay, go to reward section. Okay, this is the part. Alright, so this is for Bungee. Okay, you see bridge successful. Okay, so now I have my base Ethereum. Alright, so wait, let me see. I send exchange to bridge from base to Ethereum. So we are using Bungee now to bridge from base to Arbitrum. Okay, so this is base. Okay, so now we are on base. Alright, you can see my Ethereum is here. Okay, so we are going to select 0.158 and we're going to bridge to Arbitrum. Alright, so again, Arbitrum, there are a few routes you can use. You can see there is Stargate. So we are going to use Stargate. Okay, so you notice that Stargate over here, the fees are the highest. They are refreshing. So you see, right, Stargate is $1.40 while the other bridges cost lesser to use. But I will still go ahead and use Stargate because I want to farm Layerzero. And the good thing about sending base to Arbitrum is that you do get a rebate. Okay, so what I mean by this is if you click review route, let me select, wait, why is it? Okay, so over here, alright, if you click on review route, okay, you would see this thing. Alright, you will see this thing called Arbitrum rewards. Alright, so estimated rewards for bridging to Arbitrum. So right now they are having an 80% rebate on all the fees you spend to bridge to Arbitrum. Alright, and all the rebates are being tracked on this platform called socketscan.io/rewards. As you can see, I've already connected my wallet and you can see the pending rewards is 8.73 Arbitrum, which I can claim at the end of the month. Okay, so this is the most important thing. I can claim these Arbitrum rewards at the end of the month. And how come I have 8.73 Arbitrum is because I bridged one transaction from Ethereum mainnet to Arbitrum, and that transaction cost me almost $30 worth of gas fees, and I got a huge rebate there. But why did I do that is because I want to farm Layerzero on the Ethereum mainnet, which I feel very few people are farming. Okay, but this is a very high, kind of high risk, high reward play because it's very expensive to use the Ethereum mainnet to kind of bridge using Layerzero. So that's why I didn't suggest this method. But of course, if you want to go ahead and test it out yourself, you can use this Bungee to bridge Ethereum mainnet to Arbitrum to get the rebates in rewards over here. Okay, but this one is totally up to you. Alright, so we're going to accept new code, and then we are going to, wait, hold on, let me see. Why is the bridge using hop? Give me a moment. Let me switch to base mainnet. I think it didn't switch to base. Okay, 0.58, then we're going to view all routes. We're going to select Stargate, review route. Make sure this is Stargate. Okay, 0.158, we're going to receive 0.1575, and then we're going to click on bridge. Okay, and then we pay the gas fees in base. So base gas fees is about 10 cents plus or minus. Alright, and then we're going to bridge base to Arbitrum, and now we're going to receive the rebate as well. Okay, so that's the good thing about using all of these bridges. We are going to try to minimize our cost as much as we can while putting in volume for all of these blockchains. Okay, so in fact, alright, even though I didn't mention, in fact, there is one more airdrop that we were farming here, which is base. Okay, but the thing about base is, I think base or Coinbase would most likely not have an airdrop, so I didn't include it here. Alright, maybe I should just remove this. Okay, I think Coinbase, why they will not have a token is because they are regulated by SEC, and having a token is going to be very complicated. Okay, especially if they are a stock listed on the US stock exchange. Okay, so you can see bridging via Stargate pretty fast. Alright, bridge completed successfully, and now I have my tokens on Arbitrum. Okay, and over here you will see your rewards, your Arbitrum token over here. Alright, rewards may take 2 to 3 hours to appear after an eligible bridge transaction. Okay, so over here on socket scan, definitely you can check out the rewards. And let me add this in as well. Okay. Alright, so now we are going to move on to ZKBridge. Okay, we are done with this. Let's close, close. Alright, these rows, I think it will refresh, you should be able to get the rows. Alright, this one might take a while for it to show up. Okay, so now we're on ZKBridge. Alright, we have our tokens on Arbitrum. We are going to bridge to Binance chain. Okay, over here, use ZKBridge to bridge from Arbitrum to Binance chain. Okay, so ZKBridge is powered by Polyhedera. So Polyhedera is one of the airdrops that we'll also be farming as well. Okay, so now we are going to change to Arbitrum. Okay, we're going to change to Arbitrum 1. And alright, now we are going to bridge 0. It's not showing up. Let me refresh this page. Arbitrum 1 to Binance chain. Alright, we are going to put 0.158. Okay, we are going to send it to Binance chain and just click on transfer. So, you know, this bridge is a little bit slower. Okay, 18 minutes to transact. Alright, hopefully it's processed pretty quickly because I don't want to waste a ton of time here as well. Alright, and then let's go on to transfer. Okay, Ethereum from Arbitrum to BNB chain. Alright, so completed. Okay, from that's pretty quick. I think it will take a while for it to show up on my Binance wallet. Okay, so now we go on to the next step. Alright, we have already used Polyhedera. Alright, we are going to use PancakeSwap to swap $100 of Ethereum for ZBAC tokens. Okay, so these ZBC tokens are important because we are going to use that to farm Hyperlane. Remember I mentioned Hyperlane earlier. Okay, Hyperlane is a modular blockchain bridge. Alright, it's a bridge for modular blockchain. So it's a very important bridge. So over here on PancakeSwap, okay, you can see that, wait, have I received my ETH? See on BNB chain. Let's switch to BNB chain. Okay, and then we wait a while for the tokens to appear here. I think it's not here yet. Okay, oh yeah, I have to switch to ETH over here. So over here, you just switch to Ethereum. I think you have to wait a while for the Ethereum to show up. Okay, and then over here, you just select ZBC or ZBAC. So I already have ZBAC token, so I'm not going to do the swap here to show you how to do it. Alright, you can do it yourself. You just have to select 0.035. Around $100 or so should be enough to get you to perform transactions in the next few steps. Okay, so once you have done this, you know, use PancakeSwap to swap your $100 of ETH to ZBC tokens. You also need ZBC tokens for gas fees, and you do need a lot of ZBC tokens because the Hyperlane bridge is very expensive to use. We're talking about almost $5 to perform one transaction on a Hyperlane bridge. Alright, all the other bridges only cost about $2, $3 to perform. Hyperlane one is very expensive to use. Okay, and I'll show you in a moment as well. Alright, so basically, you know, when the ETH appears here, you just have to swap your ETH to ZBC token. Okay, I'm not sure why it's not appearing. Alright, the ETH token, probably have to wait a while. I think the ZKBridge is a bit slow. Okay, but anyway, you know, while waiting for this to come, alright, I'm not going to show you how to perform this transaction because I just explained it. Now we're going to this Nautilus bridge. So Nautilus bridge, as you can see, is built with Hyperlane. Alright, bridge ZBC with the Nautilus chain bridge. So performing transactions on the Nautilus chain bridge most likely will qualify you for the Hyperlane airdrop. Okay, so what you're going to do, right, over here, if you click on Binance, you can select. You have to connect your wallets as well. Okay, you have to connect your MetaMask wallet, which is your EVM compatible wallet, and you also have to connect your Kepler wallet. Okay, this is very important. Not Kepler wallet, you have to collect your Solana wallet, sorry, because basically you can also bridge to Solana, and we're going to bridge to Solana here as well. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to click on this, select token, and select ZBC. Okay, and you're going to bridge to the Nautilus blockchain. Alright, and then over here you just click on, let's say you just click on 500. Alright, you do need the remaining ZBC to transact, otherwise the transaction will fail. Okay, and then you just click on continue. Alright, and then they will say, okay, approve transfer. Okay, then you just send to Nautilus. So that's pretty much it. It's pretty easy to send and transact on the Nautilus chain bridge. Alright, so I'm just going to show you one transaction over here. Okay, I'm going to send some Nautilus, some ZBC from Binance to Nautilus. Alright, I'm going to send to Nautilus. Okay, so there's no fee. Alright, so apparently there is no fee involved. I sent 500 and here it deducted 500. Alright, to send from Binance to Nautilus. Okay, so that's kind of good. Okay, so once you connect your Phantom Solana wallet, you just click on this, click on ZBC, and then you just bridge. Alright, so let's say I'm going to bridge 1000 now. Alright, remember this amount, 5989. Okay, and I'm going to select self. Alright, and I'm going to click continue. Okay, so I have 2000 tokens on Solana right now, ZBC. So I'm going to click on continue. And I'm going to send to Solana. Okay, so this is a very important transaction for you to kind of qualify for the Hyperlane airdrop. Okay, you want to be actively using the bridge. Alright, so over here it states that sending 1000, I need 1010 amount plus gas fee. Okay, 1010. Alright, so we are going to send, and it's supposed to deduct 1010. Alright, the gas fees is basically 10 ZBC to transact. Alright, and how much did it cost me? I can't remember what's the amount here. Alright, there is a plus 500 here as well. Forget to add. So just now was 5,900, right? But because I sent 500 over, so here it reflected at 6,478. So it cost me about 1,000. So I'm not sure why there is no fees involved, but previously when I sent it over, I think it cost me like 200 ZBC tokens. And previously there was a statement here that says, oh, it costs you tokens to send and use the bridge. Right, but this time it seems like there is no additional cost, which is great for me because I'm not paying anything extra to kind of fund the Hyperlane bridge. Okay, so now we are moving on to the last part. Hey guys, so because I kind of included Scroll as well and I wanted to add Zora into the platform, so I made some amendments to the bridge that you see earlier, the documents. Alright, so we are not going to stop after we complete step 7. Okay, in fact we are going to continue to farm Scroll and Zora because none of the bridges that we use so far have touched on Zora, alright, or Scroll. Okay, so what you're going to do next, alright, we are going to use ZKBridge to bridge our ETH from BNB chain to Scroll. Okay, so over at ZKBridge, alright, we're on the BNB chain, we are going to bridge our token to Scroll network. Okay, so we're going to refresh our page right now. Select BNB chain, select Scroll, and then you can see, alright, we have 0.158. Okay, and we're going to send this over to the Scroll network. Okay, we're going to approve. Alright, so I believe this will take some time as well. Okay, I think the ZKBridge is pretty slow. I'm not sure why it's the case. Okay, but anyway, the good thing about using this Polyhedera or ZKBridge is that it's absolutely free. Alright, I send 0.158 over, I will receive 0.158. I don't pay anything for fees. Okay, that's the best part. Oh wait, actually I do pay for fees. Alright, I think the fees is being paid in the gas token. Okay, so I'm correct. Alright, so the fees are being paid in the gas token, but it's not being paid as in the Ethereum. Okay, so you do need at least probably about $10 of Binance token in your Binance wallet. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to afford the fees because I just paid $4 in BNB, almost $5 in BNB to perform this transaction. Okay, so over here you can see, alright, completed. Okay, I think it will be pretty fast because Scroll Network is very fast. Alright, and then the next step we're going to do is we're going to go back to use the RetroBridge to bridge our ETH from Scroll to Zora. Okay guys, so we are back. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we are going to use Scroll to bridge to Zora. Okay, and we have our funds ready. So we are going to bridge 0.158 over. Right, and there is a $1.74 fee to use this bridge. Okay, so just click on create transfer. Alright, and then just send transfer. So the Scroll network is pretty cheap to use. Okay, I believe it's only 3 cents to transact. Okay, and then we're just going to click on confirm. Right, and wait for our transaction to be done and received on Zora. Okay, then over here, alright, you can see that I've received my Zora, my ETH tokens on Zora network. I'm going to bridge my Zora back to ZKSync era where I first started off. Okay, so I'm going to bridge 0.158. and I'm going to receive 0.156. So this is the cost of using the Orbital Finance bridge. I think Orbital fees are pretty expensive, alright, but I don't know, maybe they could do an airdrop. I think they will do an airdrop in the future, which I don't think will be worth much, so it's probably not worth farming. Okay, but still, you know, it's not a bad idea to perform 1 or 2 transactions in Orbital Finance. Okay, so over here, we're going to bridge Zora to ZKSync era. Just click on, maybe I'll bridge a bit more because I don't really use Zora often. Just click on send. Alright, confirm and send. Okay. And then you just pay a small amount of fees, 9 cents for the fees. Alright, Zora to ZKSync era. Okay, so that's actually pretty much it. For the last part, okay, the last part is bonuses. Alright, how do you farm Hyperlane even more? Okay, because we know that we want to farm Hyperlane as well. Alright, so what you can do is you can go to Minter Mercury. Alright, you can use the Hyperlane platform to kind of mint and bridge your NFT across these different chains. Alright, of course, the more bridge that you do, the more transactions that you can perform on the Hyperlane bridge. Okay, and then for the Nexus, so Nexus is their official bridge. So if it's your first time going to this web page, I think it's flagged as malicious, but I've tried out the bridge and there is no issue with using the bridge at all. Alright, I'm not sure why it's being flagged as malicious, but basically you could use it totally and it's fine. Alright, it's working fine. So what you can do over here is you can bridge your Celestial tokens. Okay, so for example, I have my I have some tokens in Manta, alright, and I'm going to bridge to Neutron. So you can see, alright, I'm going to bridge from Manta to Neutron. And over here, you can see I have 7.4 Celestial tokens that I can use as a bridge. Okay, but I'm not going to bridge right now, alright, but basically the bridge cost is very, very expensive. Alright, you can see you need TIA for gas, right, but the gas is very, very expensive. I think it costs probably like 0.2 TIA or something. I think 0.2 or 0.3 TIA, and 1 TIA is basically almost $20, so 0.2 TIA is about $4 to $5 to use the bridge. Alright, so over here you can play around with the bridge, you know, you can send Manta to Neutron, then you can send from Neutron to Arbitrum, alright. But some of the routes, alright, there will be no network available. So for example, if you see, if I want to send Neutron to Celestial, then you see here over here it says that no routes are available. Okay, so you can play around with this bridge, you know, occasionally send some TIA tokens from different blockchains and just use this Hyperlane bridge, right, to qualify yourself for the Hyperlane airdrop. Okay, and then the last thing you can do is big LP in the TIA pool on Trader Joe on Arbitrum. Okay, but I think this one probably not a key criteria to do. Alright, if you have extra funds, definitely you can do this as well to make sure you qualify for the Hyperlane airdrop. Alright, all the tokens that we talk about, all the projects that we talk about, that's the key strategy to farming 12 different airdrops with one powerful strategy. Alright, so be sure to subscribe. Alright, follow me on X as well as I share more airdrops. Okay, it took me a lot of time and effort to put together a video like this. Alright, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.